Dewey Hammond here with NFL scout Dave Rosano here to talk about the NFC South. Certainly not the most exciting division in football, but they do have the Super Bowl champs, the New Orleans Saints. You see them battling it out with the Atlanta Falcons for the division this year?
I do. I think the Saints will stay right on top of the division, and the Falcons will be there to challenge. They both have really good quarterbacks, and that's where it starts. But no, the Saints are a very good team. Their defense isn't really championship caliber. They pretty much win with offense. And again, the Falcons are a work in progress. They had that great season 2 years ago. Last year they stubbed their toe, but there's an uncertainty there. But I think they're a solid team.
What do you see from Matt Ryan in his third season? Do you see that rookie year Matt Ryan, or do you see the sophomore slump Matt Ryan?
I think it's somewhere in between. I mean, the jury's out on Ryan. I mean, he's streaky now. He's a little streaky. He can throw the ball, but he'll throw some picks. What they need is they need Michael Turner to stay healthy. They really do, and to make that offense really go. So I think Ryan it's a big question mark. I think he is good. Is he an elite guy? I don't think so. They do have enough talent around him and a pretty good young defense to really be right there for at least a wild card spot.
What do you think the Falcons have to do to jump over the Saints as the division favorites?
I think their defense has to come through. I think it's hard to stop Drew Brees, but I think like Pariah Jerry has to come through. Sean Witherspoon, the rookie linebacker, has to come through. The Dunta Robinson, the corner they got from the Texans this offseason, he has to come through and play solid. And so no, and Curtis Laughlin will be the leader of that defense. He's a really good young middle linebacker. So no, the defense, John Abraham needs to have another good year like he's capable of. So the defense really needs to stay healthy and come through. They don't have a lot of depth.
Let's talk about the defense of the New Orleans Saints. Obviously, they have a fantastic offense, and for a number of years, the defense was what held them back. Last year, their defense did perform, depending on how you look at it. You can look at the stats and say they gave up a lot of yards, they gave up a lot of points. They did force a lot of turnovers. I know you think some of that was just fortuitous timing. How do you see that? And also, it can't hurt that they're lining up against a division that is not necessarily as strong as the other divisions. How do you see that defense performing this year, and how do you see them, say, matching up with a high-powered offense like the Bengals or the Vikings with Brett Favre back?
I think they're a little light on defense. They have a couple of building blocks, and Will Smith, of course, Jonathan Vilma, people like that. But I think overall, I think their front seven is a little light, and their secondary is pretty average. So when it comes down to it, I don't think it's a championship caliber defense. They just don't have enough players. But to match up against a high-powered offense, no, I think they'll struggle. Again, I don't see them having 9 defensive touchdowns like they did last year either. And Sharper had a year for the ages, so he's getting up in the years too. So I don't think that'll happen again. So again, they're going to have to win with and rely on Brees in the offense to outscore people.
Are the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going to give fans any reason to care this season?
I don't think so. I think they're both struggling at the most important position, quarterback. I think Matt Moore in Carolina is a fringe backup type. They have one pretty much established receiver in Steve Smith. No, but Dwayne Jarrett's been a bust. They do have some pretty good running backs in Stewart and D'Angelo Williams, but again, not much of a tight end. Their defense has fallen off other than Beeson maybe and a couple other guys, but the overall team without the quarterback and just the shaky surrounding cast that he has is reason to worry. Now, Tampa Bay, again, a young quarterback, Josh Freeman. Don't think he'll get it done. He's a guy that throws picks. He did at Kansas State. He's a big kid, physical kid, really good kid. You love the guy. He's a good character guy. He'll work at it. But they have young receivers. They have some young backs. Their offensive line's a little shaky. But again, I just think these teams are youthful. They're a few years away. They really have to build these rosters out.
And you're not a huge Cadillac Williams fan, am I correct?
No, I think Cadillac Williams has always lacked a little toughness. He's more of a finesse guy. He gets dinged a little bit too much. Not a real hard-nosed runner. Does have some speed, but again, he hasn't lived up to expectations in my opinion.
Carolina Panthers picking up Jimmy Clausen, quarterback from the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, this year in the draft. He's got some skills, but he also has a bit of an ego. Talk about Jimmy Clausen and what you think the pros and cons are of him as a quarterback in the NFL.
Well, I think he thinks he's better than he is. I think Jimmy Clausen has some talent, but it's not elite talent. It's pretty solid. Has a lot of the same character traits as Joey Harrington had come out of Oregon. He went to Detroit, and again, there's an arrogance about him. He's a finger pointer a little bit too much, and again, blame others. He's got ability, and could he be the starting quarterback there at some point in the season? Probably so, because he has more raw physical talent than Matt Moore. But again, will he do all the right things to reach his potential there? Boy, I don't think so.
In 6 seasons, is he going to be behind the desk, or is he going to be under center?
In 6 seasons, I see him as a backup in the league.
Dave, thank you for your time.
Thank you.